Okay. Excuse me. All right. Well, here we go. Question number one. Um, when you came to Code Conspirators, what were some of the things you were looking for? Like, what were some of the issues you had and wanted us to help out with?
Yeah, so I was with a previous marketing slash SEO company. It's a very large company. They made a lot of promises. And I gave them an entire year to work on my SEO. And then as a result, I didn't see an improvement with our SEO. I felt like it was enough time to be able to see that. I did not see any additional business through Google as a result of their efforts. And also, when I would ask them what they were working on, they could never give me a definitive answer. They didn't present me with any action items or steps. They were very kind of vague of what was getting done. They couldn't quantify anything or give me any quality answers, like how they've improved my website's health or, what errors they fixed. None of that. And also, I just didn't see, a large enough leap in a lot of categories to change our online visibility.
Okay.
Is that good?
Perfect. Yeah, no, that was perfect. That was
Did I
good. I
sound like
like that.
super serious? Feel like a newscaster.
That was good. Okay. So the second question is, why did you decide first, how did you get introduced and why did you decide to work with Code Conspirators?
Yep. You're doing it over again. I thought we were having a conversation.
Sorry. Sorry, I didn't tell you. I just muted and started drinking water. Okay. You want me to ask it again? Or are you good?
Let me get the giggles out. This is what I
Okay.
do. I'm so sorry. Every
You are
time I know I'm
fine.
being recorded, I start laughing. I don't know what my problem is. This is why I never vlog. Okay, so just ask me again and I'll start over.
Okay. Yeah. So, how did you get introduced to Code Conspirators and why did you decide to start working with us?
So I was introduced to co-conspirators by a rep in PowerCore at the time. And I had known the rep for years. We had developed a close friendship. And I wasn't happy with the SEO company that I was with and wanted to give him the opportunity to prove, his SEO and his practices. He gave a great demonstration online of what they look for and how what action steps they take to improve our visibility online and how they could help us. And then my file was turned over to Gianni, and she ran with it and gave me a lot of definitive answers that I was never getting before, with rankings, with specifics of, how we were fixing errors and SNL. And she got very technical with me, which was nice because I like to understand how things work, how websites work. I don't actually want to do it, but I want to know what she's doing, and she can tell you, and that's really nice. And on top of that, you actually see visibly, like I started seeing the website, the health going up and up and up. It's gone up, I think, like 14% since Code Conspirators has worked with us. So it's a huge amount of website health and improvement in such a short time. So I think it's been maybe 6 months that we've been working together. So I'm really, really happy so far with everything that I've seen.
Perfect. That was good. All right. Last question. Ready? Okay. So, you came to Code Conspirators. You weren't happy with the marketing company that you were working with before us. How has Code Conspirators helped, right? With all of those things that you were looking for in a marketing company, how has Code Conspirators helped you?
What's really nice is I'm actually starting to see a little bit of movement with receiving calls. I've been reviewing them, So I can hear them coming in. So I've been able to catalog how many calls I'm getting in. I'm collecting data with that, which is nice. So I'm spending a little bit less time networking, which is usually, it takes up a lot of time when you're meeting someone because you're spending most of your time listening to what their needs are and trying to help them. And it's years of developing those friendships to maybe see something out of it versus using SEO. I mean, within 6 months, I'm closing business. And so I'm not spending so much time making new relationships and just receiving calls, which is really nice. Also, with the amount of extra time that I have, I've been able to work more on the operations side with project management. And also, I've been able to focus on more important leads, more important relationships that I do have, instead of kind of scrambling and being in the field all the time. Also, with the recordings, it's been really nice because I've used them as a training opportunity because I get to listen to the entire staff of the office and how they handle the calls. And so I call them sometimes to give them more information of giving them a better answer or better resources or what we're looking for. And also figuring out whether I like how people in the office are answering the phone in general to figure out whether they are building bonds with future clients or wasting time. So pinning up the office a little bit, making it more efficient, and being able to manage the office remotely has been very valuable to me.
Perfect.
Yeah,
How do you feel? You feel good about your answers?
I don't know. You listen. If it's English by the time you listen to it, then awesome.
It was good. And you
Okay.
like completed your thoughts. I could understand everything you were saying. It didn't feel like you were rushing. So that was perfect. I
Okay, good.
appreciate it. Appreciate you taking time out of your day to do this. So
Yeah, no, I wanted to do it. And I remember whatever was going on, I went through a procession of two kids getting COVID, like
yeah.
serial for a little while. And then I had a family member staying here for over 7 weeks.
Mm,
I was
yeah.
exhausted. I was just looking like big bags and like I couldn't think. And so
Yeah.
thank you for giving me a little space to pull myself
Yeah.
together.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I knew eventually we were gonna do it. I just knew it was all in the timing. So we got it done. It's it's good, sounded good to me.
Good.
So that's that. That's
I
it.
tried to throw your name in a couple times to say how awesome you are.
Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I always John's like, "How are they doing?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah, she's amazing." I
May-
mean,
Maybe one
you're
day I'll
the
meet him.
sole
We'll see.
reason,
Yeah.
you're literally the sole reason at this point.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it. You are like, we have a whole catalog of clients. You are one of my favorite clients. It's you and
Yay.
one other client that are like my faves, and you two are like my, anytime somebody's like, I need to talk to somebody, I'm like, I already know who who I want them to talk to. Y'all are my favorites. Y'all are fun to work with. So
Aw.
um I appreciate it.
Yeah, I really, really appreciate you working on this blogging stuff.
Yeah.
This has been like, a little bit of a bane for me because I know I need to be doing it. I know how to do it, but getting me to do it is not easy. So I really like either, writing some stuff and you bouncing off of that and making it
Yeah.
actually look good or vice versa.
Yeah.
Um, Thank you so much for that because that is something that's been a little lame and a little bit stuck for a long time.
Yeah, and I think we're at a good, because like over the first couple of months, the main things we were focusing on is really like optimizing what you had, right? So that included things like your site health and looking, every time we meet, we look at, okay, this is how many errors you had, this is how many we fixed. So now that we have like a good rhythm of that and have that under control and the site health is up, it's like, okay, we need to start creating new content because you have content on your website. But now we need to start adding new, fresh content so that Google can see, okay, they're posting things consistently. And so, so yeah, we have our team of writers, and then I add in, whatever I can add in on top of that, and then optimize it, make sure it's good, and then you always add your, I call it the Sandy sauce, because you're the expert in
Yeah.
global restoration, right? We're just partnered
Yeah.
with you. So so yeah, I'm glad to be able to help with that. Because I know that's something that was one of the things that you wanted to consistently do.
Yeah,
And
it
so
is. It's such a big deal,
yeah.
and I have been, trying to add stuff to YouTube,
Hmm.
to eventually tie in. I do want to, I'm going to try to negotiate with Mr. Milton, this guy that
Hmm.
I wanted to get a testimony from. His personality is amazing. I just love him so much.
Yeah.
He just loves to talk. So, he owes me $774, and he swears that that our estimator told him that this upgrade was $774, but it was for the first half of it. So he paid the first half, but not the second half. And he's like, that's all there was. And who the hell knows what was said? I mean, he's a very honest man. He's a really
Yeah.
good man, but he's not having it.
Right.
So I'm hoping that if I'm like, okay, Mr. Milton, here's the deal. Let me
Yeah.
video you to talk about your experiences, because I know you love us,
Yeah.
and see, and I guess I'll just video it with my phone. I
Do it
don't have
in if you do it like this. Do it in
it.
landscape.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, I'll do it in landscape and video this guy and upload it in YouTube, and then I
Yeah.
can send you the link,
Okay.
and then you can get that up, because I know that really testimonies, like video ones, are way better than written.
Yeah, especially because what you do is so visual. So like even those before and after, like the before and after pictures are good, but especially if you could do a video, those are just so much more impactful, and it's a lot more engaging, right? You
Yeah,
think about what we're engaging with on social, it's going to be something with video, short form
yeah,
video. So,
yeah. No,
mhm,
I'm totally with you on that. And
yeah,
so I've got I think 3 questions is the right amount of questions.
yeah.
So if I guess my question to you is, once I get I mean, I guess with the testimony, it would just be, what did you think of global, and just ask one question basically, and then just video it, and that's it. And then just upload it.
I would do like 3 or 4 questions, kind of like we did. So you
Okay.
always want to kind of build a story, right?
Hmm.
So you want to ask, um, really you want to find out like what problem did they have before they came to global?
Well,
Like
I
what
know
was,
what it was. A giant tree fell in the
but
house,
let
but
him tell that.
okay.
Let him say, yeah, I had a tree fall on my house and I knew I needed somebody to fix it. I wanted a company I could, whatever he's going to say,
Yeah,
right? So
that's a
ask
good
him why.
point. So he tells you what happened.
Yeah, so
Instead of just
he
saying, how do you
tells you.
like us?
Right, not just how you like us, because you have to think about it like you know why, right? And the people and the people that you work with may know why, but if a tree if this is my first time seeing this, I'm not gonna know like, oh, you got your house fixed, but like what happened?
Yes,
So
true.
yeah, so the first question needs to be what was like what happened, right? Like what did you need fixed? What did you need done? So let that be the first question. The second question can really be, how are you introduced to global? Right? Kind of like I asked you, like how did you find out about global restoration? Um, and then the third question you can kind of end with, how was global, how did global help you with, did they like how did they fix the issue that you had? Right. And then the fourth question, actually, I would do 4 questions for him. Just have him explain his experience. Right. What was it like working with global? Did you enjoy it? Were there something like, even if there was something that he didn't like, right? Like just have him be honest and say, what was your experience? Were we responsive? Where did we communicate with you? Those are going to be big things that people want to know if they have a tree fall on their house. Like, how did they take a week to respond or a day? Like, how was it? And then once the process started, Was it easy? Was it hard to find out what was going on? So those are going to be the things that people really want to know, because we can layer in that testimonial, right? We can have it on YouTube, but even as we're writing blog content, if there's a call to action we can put at the bottom, we can use his testimonial if we're talking about tree, or if we're talking about how responsive you are or something. We can use that and let people watch his video.
That's really cool. And then maybe I can start doing this. I'd really like to get 3 or 4. That's really, nobody wants to listen to more than 3 or 4 of them.
You never know. And you never know which one people are going to see. And it's also a good, like, for if you have like people in the field or whatever, if they have questions, right, they can hear from someone else that has worked with you, right? Instead of saying, oh, we're really good at this, like, oh, this is what so-and-so had to say, and let that sell a little bit for you.
Well, it does. It totally does. I mean, it's like, I do think it's the absolute way to do it.
Yeah.
So it's again, it's been on my list of things to do. And I eventually usually get to everything. Just takes me a lot longer than I wanted to.
It's the list grows and grows. Sometimes we don't get to the bottom of it. So if I can help, you let me know, or if you need other questions or whatever.
These are great questions, and I'm
yeah.
gonna put them in the folder and schedule myself to get down to Mr. Milton one more time.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to target like 3 people and see if I can get those questions done, and then get them uploaded into, I guess, separate links at that point.
Okay.
I can, I guess, maybe make them private and then just send them over, or I don't know.
You can make it private, or you can do it unlisted, which means that anybody that has the link can see it, but no one can search.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. Yeah, because I think that's going to be gold. That's why I wanted to do this for you. You deserve me to to finally. I just get shy, but I'm glad that I was able to get that done for you.
Yeah, you did great, and I appreciate it.
I know you do.
But yeah, if you need anything in terms of the video testimonials, or even if you get there and you're like, I don't know how to record this, just send me an email, or you can call me and we can walk through whatever you need to do. But the most important thing is
I'm just going to press record.
Yeah, there you go.
That's it. I mean, I'm just going to,
and then make sure too, your microphone isn't covered up on the bottom. Because if it's covered up, you'll record and won't be able to hear anything. I've done that before.
Okay. You mean like just go like this, or?
Does that's an OtterBox. Does it have, like, on the speakers on the bottom, does it have
yeah.
Is it covered? Oh, it's open. Okay. So yeah,
open.
You should be good then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure. Yeah. I used to have like a little microphone, but then at the same time, you wouldn't be able to, I mean, if I was using that, then you wouldn't be able to use the camera. So I think I'll just try to sit close to him.
Okay.
And just get a big picture of his face, just have him face in a window or something.
Okay.
He's a good looker. He'll show well. He is an interesting guy. He's like one of those original firefighters. And I think he's close to 80 years old now.
Really?
And he's like 77 years old. And when he was a little kid, he would talk about this lady, Miss Moses, that was his neighbor. That was this crotchety old lady that would yell at him and tell him like to go get her stuff at the grocery store. And she was like old as crap. I mean, I'm talking like 96 or something, but when he was like a little boy. And she was around when was it Sherman? I'm so bad with history. Who's the people that came through the South? Sherman?
I have no idea.
You're just as good as I am.
I'm not a historian. Yeah.
Whoever the Confederate people were that were coming through the South, like marching through, she met the guy. Like they were pretty much walking through her damn backyard, like the whole army. And on top of it, the Trail of Tears went by through their damn neighborhood. She
Oh
met
my
like
gosh.
the American Indians.
Yeah, she's historic.
Yeah, this was through like they live near downtown Marietta,
Okay.
like down through there.
Yeah. Wow.
Like they were the original people in Marietta that grew up there. It's not like straight downtown, like they're, I don't know, probably like 3 miles from downtown.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just like, I mean, he can get super boring sometimes because he likes to dote on it, like toot his own horn about how smart he is.
Yeah.
But but he's also fascinating and interesting and has very good advice that,
Yeah.
basically
Yeah.
like pay an extra $1,000 on your mortgage and get it over with kind of person, like
Right.
don't spend it in the wrong places. And I mean,
Right.
I'm
Well, we
like,
need to get
I
a
know,
testimonial
Dad.
from
I
him.
feel like I'm with him. I'm like, I know, Dad. Can I go now? God.
Right. You appreciate those kind of people though, for sure.
No, I do think he's an amazing human, and I would love to memorialize him because,
Mhm.
I mean, he is older and it would be like, even though it's silly and it's just this, like, at least he'll have a little bit of fame, like he'll be recorded.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. Well, yeah, get that man on camera.
Yeah. Anyway, I went way too deep into it, but I just really like this guy.
All good. I can't wait to see him on video. It'll be interesting.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
he's one of the first firefighters to wear PPE because the
wow.
rest of them were too manly to wear it. So they all died of lung cancer already.
Mr. Milton, goodness, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, sounds good. Thanks again.
Welcome.
I'm gonna hop off because I do have 1:15.
Yes,
And if
ma'am.
you need anything, just reach out. Let me
Yeah,
know.
if you could get anything together with that water stuff, and I'll try to do the same when we can converge all the information, that would be awesome.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
All right, see you later.
See you later.